Welcome to episode number 45 of the Keep Up Podcast.
I just did 2 5s. I was hoping that could equal something.
You actually did 2 10s.
No?
You went
Oh,
like
because I
this.
flipped?
Yeah, you know, if you like...
For those of you without toes, this is episode number 33 of the Keep Up Vodcast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was...
What about for everyone else?
I mean...
Which, I'm going to go out on a limb and say is probably a majority.
Well, you know what, Brett? Too bad.
Okay.
Too bad.
Okay.
But I appreciate your toes for sticking around.
That's a real weird way to start off
Why
the podcast.
do people say a stick in the mud?
I don't know. It's boring, I guess. What's the context?
Like, dude, you're being a stick in the mud.
So what am I doing that makes you call me that?
I guess boring, but a stick in the mud, I mean, just a stick is more boring than a stick in the mud because the stick could fall over. Like, there's tension behind it, but
You're right.
but just a stick or just mud would be easier.
There's a bit of a thrill surrounding a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
Is it going to sink?
Yeah. Is it just going to sit there? You never know. You're waiting for it to possibly do something.
And if you come across it
Mm-hmm.
in the woods, you're wondering, how long is it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
How deep is the mud?
Is the mud like just an endless pit into death?
It's possible.
That's what I'm saying. So
And then you
it doesn't
feel
make sense.
bad for the stick. You feel emotion. And
Yeah, you really want to help the stick, but then you don't want to get sucked in. What if it's a trap?
So if you call someone a stick in the mud, it's actually like, hey, you're an intriguing and complicated individual, and I'd like to get to know you better.
Okay, so it's a pickup line? Is that where we're going?
I think
Hey, baby,
so.
you're a stick in the mud.
Hey, girl, I couldn't help but notice you're a stick in the mud.
I like it.
I saw you from across the room. And then when she doesn't get it, it just opens the door for you to explain to her, like, well, if I come across a stick in the woods, right? And then you explain to her how she's a stick in the mud.
Then she'll think you're philosophical and well-mannered.
Right. And she'll laugh.
Right.
And that is the key.
As I said in a previous podcast, make a girl laugh, she's in your cage.
Wow. Is that?
That's what you got to do.
We have to have some talks, Tim.
No, Brett. Birds, bees, they're all the same.
They
all get
are-
trapped and then die.
It's really getting morbid. Like, I'm not entirely sure how to react.
That's not why we're here.
Why are we here?
To talk about things we love.
That's it.
Like you, the viewers.
I
Or
mean,
listeners.
I was going to say other stuff, but
Oh, well, you can go in that direction. I'm sorry that I like people, Brett.
I also like people. And I mean, that's it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah. Happy New Year. The last podcast we recorded must have been in December, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pre-Christmas,
Yes.
pre-New Year,
Yes.
because December was last year.
Of course.
Right. So
I mean, December does happen every year, so.
that's true. But this particular December that I'm referring to
Okay.
was last year.
All right.
There's not a way that I know of that we could have recorded in December of this year
There's a way.
that you know of.
I think so. I mean, time travel. Come on.
Right. You know of a way,
Yes.
but you don't know if we can do that.
Well, I assume when I get a time machine, I will go to a point in time where I talk about time travel and then just kind of show up.
You know, that's crazy. I didn't know how you were going to finish that sentence, but I was just thinking about how if I could time travel, I would definitely go find a place where people are talking about time travel.
Right.
And they're in maybe a serious argument where one person is making fun of another person for believing that one day there will be time travel.
But just random people, not like
Just random people.
Okay.
Random people. One person's passionate about no, one day we're going to know. We're going to see time travel happen. And the other person's being a jerk. And then I'm just going to show up and be like, it's real. And
How are you going to know, though? Don't you have
know.
to know within your timeline of that situation?
You have to search time a little bit.
Yeah, but do you think someone recorded that conversation?
No, you just go back in time.
But how do you know what point to go to? How do
You
you
just
know
walk
when?
around.
And you just listen until you
You
find
probably
someone?
go to a convention of some sort.
Okay. Do you think they have a time travelers
It
convention?
doesn't have to be. I'm just saying, get into the nerd space.
Mm-hmm.
People are talking about time travel somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most important
Go to
thing.
a Doctor Who convention.
Okay, that could work.
That will work.
That will. Who would go to a Doctor Who convention and argue time travel? Like, what's the point of wasting your money to go in and being like, oh, this is impossible?
I'm just saying it probably comes up.
Why?
So many reasons. It's just a conversation. We've been to a con. You just walk around, talk. Stuff comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Gets heated.
No. Who fights at a con? You're there to see things.
Yeah, but...
Unless it's a Mortal Kombat.
Do they have that?
I don't know. Probably. Well, I mean, it's E3 or something.
Yeah, they don't have that. They should, though. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I wonder where you got it.
I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
What should we talk about? It's been a little while.
I just have a lot of stupid questions if you want to just jump right into it.
So it's just like every podcast.
Yeah, but this one specifically, like I have questions that have been literally burning holes in my head.
Really?
If you look at the back of my head, there's like 3 little dots.
Speaking of 3 little dots, how was your Christmas?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How about you?
Also good.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to give you any more of an answer than you gave me.
Yeah, you know?
Okay, yeah.
No, I got some pretty cool stuff.
What are your questions?
Okay. You just threw them right at me. I thought we were going to talk a little more, Brett.
We can. You want to?
No, I just,
Do it.
just want to tell the people, thanks for sticking around, even though we're gone like 12 months out of
I
the
know.
year.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, is every episode just us apologizing now?
Because we do. We come back. We came back and then disappeared, then came back and disappeared. We're just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's freaking life, man.
End of the year. Got crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're not dead, though.
No, we're back.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now talking.
Right now.
Or this is from the future.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're gonna we're gonna try hard to do a weekly podcast as we usually were doing, but laughing.
I think we've said this the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm confident we can.
I think so. And we've talked about it all before, but it's just like our schedules are so drastically different, and you're a tired man.
It's my fault. Oh, what about the weird thing I've had going on where I don't get to sleep anymore?
Oh, yeah. Did you talk about that?
I can't remember anything.
Well, okay.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Did I?
I think you were hurting before Spirited Away. Anyways, Brett has broken hands.
I'm going Thursday.
To what?
Chiropractor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about movies or something.
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
I have movies to talk about, too.
You want to go to the movies Thursday?
Yeah, what's out, though?
Everything.
There's a lot. January is sometimes a good month.
Yeah.
Like I, Frankenstein. That was classic.
I forgot about that movie. Is Underworld out?
20-something? 24th? Which is a Tuesday, so that's not
right. So that's wrong.
Yeah, because lots of games come out Tuesday as well.
Right.
Anyway, so you're going to get your hands fixed?
This feels wicked funny. Do you feel it?
I try not to, but you
I'm not shutting it down.
Okay.
I'm just saying this feels funny, right? It just feels like we haven't done it in a long time.
Yes.
Last time it didn't feel like that.
Uh-huh.
Last time we took a little break and then came back.
And it was like
a
very strong podcast.
Right. This one might be.
It could be.
It just feels weird. Not bad weird.
You're making it weird.
Why am I making it weird? You don't feel weird?
No. I keep trying to pull it back and you're just like
I'm
sitting
good.
there.
I'm not sitting there.
That's not good for audio.
That's going to be such a long pause in the audio.
They're going to think it paused.
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to move into questions?
Well, I just have goofy questions.
I know. I want to hear
about
them.
your hands.
But then you said I said it last time.
Well, you can talk about it how it's not better. You're still in pain.
All right, that's true, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could remember if I talked about it.
I think you did.
Really?
Because did we? I don't know. You talk about your 4 hours. Like if you get 4 hours of sleep, it sucks.
You're right. So
And then-
it must have come from that.
I think
Must
so.
have come from
anyways.
us talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I mean, if you don't want to talk about your hands, it's fine.
Still got a weird thing where I fall asleep and then my arms hurt and then
You
I
went
wake
to the
up.
doctors and they told you had 5 different diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of them had anything to do with.
Iholius.
No, I had no diseases.
Mm-hmm.
I had vitamin D deficiency.
That's weird.
I guess it's not in New England.
Why? We get sun.
But not
vitamin
as much.
C is sun. What's vitamin D?
Sun.
Oh. Are all vitamins sun?
Yeah.
Do vitamins go all the way to Z?
Yeah, and it all stands for sun.
No. What? Yeah. No, I mean vitamins like, is there a vitamin Q and a vitamin T?
I assume.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because there's numbers. There's like A16 and B9 and...
Why not go through all the letters first, then do numbers?
Maybe
they did. Right.
Dude, I'm not a doctor.
Sometimes.
Scientist, nutritioner.
Uh-huh. So you had a lack of vitamin D.
Yeah.
And it happens in New Hampshire because...
Yeah, just like less sun. You're inside more. You have the whole winter where you don't go out as much.
Oh.
So it's just like a common thing.
So I probably have 0 vitamin D in my body. Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
She told me, she was like, your brother's in trouble.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you know my brother? And she was like, I can just sense it.
That's creepy.
And I was like,
do doctors have a vitamin sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that's what they go to school for.
Right.
Why else are you in school for like 20 years?
Well.
That's roughly how long you go to school to be a doctor.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, you go to normal school for 12 years, and you use that education to help you through college. So
Barely.
Then you hit 20 because you're in college for 8 years.
Barely. You just throw up.
It was going to be a burp, but it didn't
have you had
power.
the Bacon King?
The Bacon King?
Yeah.
No.
At Burger King?
No.
It's delicious.
What is it?
It's just bacon.
Like they just hand you slices of bacon? Does it come in like a French fry container?
Just bacon.
Yeah, it's like Bacon King.
No, it's like a massive burger. I think there's 2 patties and like 1 million slices of bacon. Some kind of special delicious sauce.
Oh, nothing's better than the special delicious sauce.
I know, it really makes it.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a surprise. Sometimes you go into it and you're like, and then you're like, what is this?
What's that noise mean?
That's the noise of your teeth hitting the sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. Why did I bring up my not being able to sleep? You were saying that we haven't podcasted because I'm tired? That's not true.
Well, no, because we had to do it late, either Monday or Tuesday, but you're busy Monday night, so we had to jump to Tuesday. And then Tuesday, it's like, oh, let's do it at midnight.
Just this Monday. It's not midnight, first of all.
That's when we do it. No, I just feel bad because I could always do it in the morning. I could. I don't want to, but I could do it early.
No, it's okay.
On the weekends, I guess. Whenever you're off. Because you're off on the weekend, I'm off the beginning of the week.
I don't know if anybody cares about our schedule.
They do. They want to know if
you guys care about our
we're
schedule?
capable
Right.
of doing it.
Capable.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm going to go to questions.
Yeah, tell me your questions.
Okay. Hold on, I got to look them up. All right. Here's a question I had the other day
Okay.
that I really wanted to ask you, but I was like, oh, we're doing the podcast. I should wait.
All right.
So I was in the bathroom doing my business.
Gross.
And I had this thought where, you know how if you go into the bathroom, it's common practice to close the door.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So have you ever had thoughts that sounded weird because you're on the bathroom, you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
Anyways, have you ever had thoughts that you just screwed over an alternate version of yourself?
I'm going to be honest with you. No.
Never? That's never crossed your mind? You've never been like, oh man, I'm sorry, other Brett? Because you did. Well, here's the idea. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, you know?
Yeah.
So with that, you apply that to alternate universes, where in one universe, or more like Schrodinger's cat, I guess, because the cat's either alive or dead inside.
Right.
So the same thing applies, where in one universe, I close the door, but in the other universe, I don't. So I felt bad the other day because I was like, crap, that poor Tim in the other reality is now using the toilet with his door open, with the bathroom door open. And then I think, well, maybe he got up and closed it, but then that Tim screwed over another Tim in another reality. So I just created a chain reaction of poor Tims using the bathroom with the door open.
This is a real thought you had?
Yes. I was sitting on the toilet and I was like, what am I going to do with myself?
How is it possible that you had that thought?
That's what I thought.
I can't even. What just happened here? That's a thought you had?
Yeah. My brain is just like, I just let it go free.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You went to the bathroom.
Yes.
And you closed the door.
Yes.
And you sat down and thought, oh, bummer, I just screwed over infinite alternate versions of myself.
Yes. Well, I initially thought I screwed over one, and I was like, well, he could sit down, and in this universe, he actually gets up and closes the door. So that's fine. But then he screwed off another Tim, because now that Tim either won't get up for like 3 seconds or he'll the whole time. So eventually, I think in the end, I just screwed over one Tim, I'd like to hope.
Right, that's the best case scenario.
Because then each and every Tim in the other reality would sit there for a second, open it, and then the next one sits there for 2 seconds, or it closes it. But then eventually he'll hit a point where he's not going to the bathroom, he's like flying in the air. Like somehow it'll get to the point where he like sits on the toilet and explodes, and then so I just think like every action I do, like having this conversation, I probably just killed like 50 billion Tims because they're choking trying to explain it.
Right.
Or they farted and exploded. Or
that's the only thing that makes sense.
So, but you've never had a thought of like alternate realities where like in one this goes one way and that goes the other?
I don't think I have.
Maybe it's because all the games I play, like I play, Telltale games, and that makes me think, oh, in this reality, Batman killed this guy, and this one he didn't, and all that stuff. So maybe that's just where my brain was at the time.
So if it was just the 2 realities, you would close your door, his door would open, and then he closes his door, and then your door opens.
Yes. So he is also possibly screwing me over at times.
Right.
He's having a good time over there, and I'm having bad
So if you trip and fall, you have to assume that he just jumped for joy.
I would think so.
Is that how this
works? But
works?
I don't think it's like immediate correlation. Like, if he were to jump for joy, maybe nothing would happen to me. He would have fun because he was jumping for joy, but I wouldn't. It doesn't have to be he jumps and I fall. It's just he has something good, and then
I just can't believe you had this thought.
Dude, my brain, it just goes crazy.
I mean, it's
like
amazing.
it though. Yeah, it was fun to think to myself, like, to apologize. And then I think
to apologize.
Does he apologize?
I feel better now.
Like, does the other Tim think like me? Does he have that thought at that same time in the other reality? He's like, crap, my door's open, but at least that other Tim, he's got his door closed. So
dude,
good for
him.
him.
You're blowing my mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Blowing my mind.
Mm-hmm. But you've never had a thought like that. So.
I can't relate.
Well, now you will. And
Maybe.
all of you, everyone, they're just going to have the thought.
And then if they all have thoughts, I can't do this. I can't.
It's an infinite web of confusion. Yeah.
A lot goes through your head during bathroom times.
Here's another one. Another question for you.
Yeah.
How do pilots get back home? I was laying in my bed and I was thinking about Japan, how much I want to go. And so I think, okay, so the flight to Japan is about a day. So he would spend a day going to Japan in a plane.
Yeah.
So does he fly the plane back? I'm thinking work-wise. Like, he just worked 24 hours straight. So does he just, like, sit on a plane and ride it home? Does he...
I think he sleeps somewhere.
He must, like, stay in Japan for a night and then come back?
That'd be my guess.
Because it's another 24 hours. Does he get paid on his way back?
I would assume so.
Because that's 24 hours taken away from him.
Of course he gets paid.
But if he's not flying, if he's just sitting...
Why would he just be sitting?
Well, because, I mean, it probably takes a lot of energy to fly a plane for 25 hours straight.
That's why you have a co-pilot.
Yeah, but does he just take over? But then the same deal, that co-pilot's tired. They both just drove 24 hours. But I'm thinking, is there a poor Japanese pilot that has to fly back, and then he goes back, and then it's just another infinite chain of, like, some guy not in his right country?
I have no idea. I don't know how that works.
Because, yeah, I mean, unless there's an American guy. Well, no, that would be it. That would be the chain. I'm just thinking, like, how does this guy get back home without anybody leaving their country of origin?
I assume they have a certain schedule. So they're taking certain flights. So they know, like, how long they'll be gone and when they'll be back at their, like, home airport. I think.
Okay. But then that still leads the question, who's flying him back? If he flies himself back...
I think he probably flies back.
So, okay, so he just gets on a random plane, like he stays in Japan for whatever, 2 days or whatever, and then goes back on the plane and flies back.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Maybe that plane just doesn't do anything for a little while.
It doesn't leave, it just sits there.
Or the planes are part of an airline, right? So maybe he lands the plane, and another pilot takes that plane and flies it.
Okay.
And then he just gets on another plane at some point.
And flies it back.
I know so little about that profession.
I know. That's why I was thinking, just crossed my mind. I'm like, does some poor sap get sucked into flying 25 hours back and forth?
I bet. I'm sure there are certain, like, you probably see your schedule or your route, and you're like, oh, man.
Oh, man. But, I mean, yeah, working 25 hours straight, because, the flight can vary, too, depending on the weather and stuff. I wonder if he gets overtime, if he only works, 2 days a week, if... Like, sounds like a crazy schedule.
Yeah, that does sound insane.
Something you just can't keep up with.
You said it.
I said it.
You said it.
Yuck, yuck. Yeah, sorry, I got a little scared.
That's okay. What?
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes fear. So you think that he sits there for a day and then goes back?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's what I think.
That just keeps me up at night.
Not anymore.
Do you think, another question.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something that you know so little about that if you were stuck with that thing, you would be screwed?
Stuck with it? What do you mean stuck with it?
Like, for instance, say you know nothing about Harry Potter.
Yes.
And you...
I do know very little about Harry Potter.
So, but is there something you think you don't know? Or what is the thing you think you know the least about?
The thing? I know nothing.
I know, but what do you think is the number one? That you... like
that I know nothing about?
Nothing. Or very little. That, like, if somebody was asking you questions about it, you die because you don't know the answers.
The thing that I know the least about.
Like, for me, it's probably not true, but cars, I know nothing about. Like...
Not true. Damn, I keep yawning. It's so annoying.
I don't know makes. I don't know models. I don't know... But I do know the words make and models, which is probably more.
Exactly.
But
so you can't say, I probably don't know what the thing that I know the least about is.
I mean...
Because you'd have to know what that thing is.
Yes, I guess. Okay, so not...
You got to narrow it down. Is it a profession? Is it a business?
Just a thing. Like I feel more confident doing brain surgery than I do driving a car.
That shows that you know way less about brain surgery than you do about cars.
It does. But I feel like I know from playing video games and stuff, I know more about brain surgery than I do cars. Like, I would be awful at any vehicle situation. But if someone was like, do brain surgery, I'm like, all right. And you just kind of...
You would say, all right.
Yeah.
If someone asked you to do brain surgery on a human person...
I'd be like, why not, if I have
And you'd
to.
have no response to yourself as to why not?
Yeah, I'd just be like, Well, I think of it as like a big bowl of ramen.
Right.
And you, like...
No, it's very similar.
Like, you have tweezers, and you just kind of, like, wrap around the noodles. And, and you connect them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Yeah, they're all labeled, and you just kind of connect everything.
Yeah,
You know your brain's not noodles, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying I feel like it's like that consistency. Very thick noodles.
That's what I would imagine, yeah.
So, but I would think I would rather do brain surgery than, like, work on a car, than, like, fix an engine or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing I know the absolute least about is. I mean, it was cars for a while, but now my cars break down so much that I know a good amount.
That's a smart way to do it, though, to have kind of junky cars so you can figure it out as
I don't know if it's a smart way to do it, but it is a way to do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
The car I have now has been decent, but I'm just saying the majority of what I know about cars is from fixing my broken ones.
And the majority I know is from Disney.
That makes plenty of sense.
I know they have giant eyeballs and people can't fit inside them, I don't think.
Right, no, nobody drives them.
You see the new Cars 3 trailer?
No.
It's pretty cool.
Really?
It's surprisingly cool.
I heard the second one was awful.
It is.
Is it really?
They should have just called it Mater.
Oh.
Because it was like his adventures in Spy Town.
Oh.
But this new one looks like very serious and cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's like what if Lightning McQueen like has to retire? Like he's too old and all these new young cars are starting to take over. So it looks very serious, but in the trailer you didn't see like any of the other cars from the first and second movie.
Interesting.
So I don't know if he's off on his own again or I don't know. But
I don't know either.
It looked pretty cool.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Did I have any more questions while we think about it? Okay. What do you think is the most useful language? Now, I'll tell you what. Well, no, let me hear yours because you might agree with me.
Sign language.
That's smart. I don't think it's most useful, though.
English.
No, I don't think so either.
Music.
Yes. Music is the sound of love.
The language of the world.
Yes. No, I think Spanish.
Why is it the most useful?
Because I feel like more percent of the world is Hispanic, Spanish origin than anything else.
Is that true?
Well, possibly,
I don't know that that's true.
Well, because
Why you got to pick questions that make us try to come up with facts?
Because I like that. But you got to think, like, a lot of the world is split up. I don't know where I was going with that.
A lot of the world is split up.
Yes.
All right, should we move into, it's been a little while, should we move into TV?
Sure.
Okay.
Television.
I'm going to go first.
Uh-huh.
I am halfway through watching Luke Cage,
Okay.
and I forget.
What's halfway? Like, what episode?
5.
Okay.
There are 10 episodes.
Are there? I thought there were 12.
Maybe.
That's my face.
So I'm not halfway then.
That's why, because some people say halfway through, and they say, like, episode 5.
For some reason, I've had 10 episodes in my brain.
I could have 10. I'm pretty sure it's 12.
You're probably right, because I think the other ones are 12.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil 2 was 13.
Yes, Daredevil 2. That sounds like a movie.
Daredevil season 2, whatever.
Daredevil 2. I'd like to see Daredevil 2.
Like Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Daredevil 2?
I mean, I didn't think he was that bad.
I never saw that movie.
Never?
No, I have it over there on my shelf. I never saw it.
You should watch the unrated version.
That's the one I have, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Really?
Mhm.
It's good? You like it?
I think it's better than... I think it's up there with X-Men, like the first X-Men and Fantastic
Really?
Four. Like, it had a good vibe for it. I thought, anyways. People thought it
Okay.
was awful, but...
Yeah, I heard a lot of bad things.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What about Elektra?
I never saw that one, actually.
Me either. I have it.
That's a weird movie. Like, I haven't seen it, but it's weird.
Weird that they did it.
Yeah.
They were just pumping out, like... There was, like, the era of... Like, hey, superhero movies are cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was, like, the new age of, like, superhero movies are cool.
Yeah, it's
like,
it is that awkward, like, almost teenage years.
Yeah.
'Cause
it
it's-
totally is. Yeah.
Because they were, like, just weird. They had Fantastic Four 1 and 2.
Yep.
X-Men and Spider-Man were really, like, the top.
Those were, yeah.
Those were the jocks.
Mhm. Yeah.
Jocks and the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And then we had Punisher, which was, like, kind of the cool emo crowd over there.
Yeah.
You know, like,
They're the emo crowd.
yeah. And then
or like the metal kids that hang out by one locker every day.
yes, that and I'm trying to think what else. But anyway,
I feel like Fantastic Four was like kind of a nerd.
Oh yeah, they were like the goofy kids
Yeah.
that everyone like they were like okay with them. you
yeah,
know?
they were. Yeah, they were all right. They had some classes together. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
That's really
But
funny.
Elektra, I don't know where she fits in that.
I mean,
that little
Daredevil.
scenario we
guess.
set up.
I bet it's gonna feel incredibly silly to watch Daredevil or Elektra after seeing the Netflix.
Oh my
Daredevil.
god, yeah,
Like I never saw it before.
Yeah.
So I'm sure watching it
Okay,
now is like
so-
a joke.
yeah. It's.
I mean, I still want to watch it just to see it.
I'm
but
gonna watch Elektra.
do it. You can borrow it. I have it on Blu-ray.
I don't have it on Blu-ray. Then I'll borrow it from you. Okay, let's go.
All right. So so Luke Cage is great.
Mhm.
I love it so far. You didn't finish it, right?
I didn't. I'm on episode 6.
As in you watched 6?
Yes.
Or that's okay.
So the last thing that happened in your episode, well, you don't have to say, but like,
The
is there a way you can say it?
Nah.
Have you seen his origin?
Jail
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Okay.
That was the episode before the one I just watched.
Okay.
So I saw that whole origin episode, and now they're kind of bringing some of that to light. And what happened was,
Was there a death?
oh yeah,
Okay.
that's like episode 2.
no, not that death.
Oh, not that one.
Okay.
Whoop. We're getting into dangerous territory.
A different death that obviously you'll know will happen.
Did one have?
I mean,
Yeah, let's hold off on that.
yeah, if you haven't,
maybe that's my next episode.
because that is yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a big shift for the show, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because it was going one direction, and because something happens, it goes a complete like friggin' 90-degree turn. You're like, whoa, what the heck? So,
Okay.
and I haven't watched it since, not for that reason. I just time and like more
you
things
just didn't
came
go back
out.
to it
yeah,
yet.
but I'm curious to see where it's gonna go for sure.
Okay.
But it's interesting. I didn't expect what happened to happen. So
Well, I like that. You were 100% correct. I love the music.
oh yeah.
It's the whole. Okay, so let me paint a picture for you, folks. There is the antagonist in this. That's going to be great for the
Audio.
the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you went sarcastic with it.
Uh-huh.
I went legit. It's
90 degrees, man.
balancing it out.
The Tim in the other direction, he went real.
Oh, that dude.
In the other universe.
The other Brett is just taking a nap.
Yeah.
Or is that this universe?
It's both.
Okay. I'm an anomaly in multiverse.
You are just the same across all.
So
I bet the other Brett's hands are fine.
that jerk.
What a jerk.
Yeah,
Seriously.
he's the worst. Enjoy your good night's rest, Earth 2 Brett.
Oh, Earth 2.
Oh my.
Oh, my.
What were we talking about?
Cage, music,
Luke Cage.
and I was painting.
Tim was painting. So the the main antagonist of the show owns a nightclub, right? So a lot of episodes either start or have a scene or maybe even a montage that is set to music of a live band playing in the nightclub. One of the best examples of that, I think, was the last episode I saw, where they have. I actually wanted to look up and see who it is or if it's.
I was curious if they were just for the show or if
they're actual musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actual musicians because I don't know. It just seems like a cool thing that they could do. But it's this. It's just a DJ. The first couple ones, there's one episode where there's like a James Brown kind of dude, like very like funk and soul, and he's like, there's just a lot of dancing, and it's like this old school like soul performance. And then there's another one with a female fronted, more of like a jazz feel. And then this last episode I watched was straight hip hop, just a rapper and a DJ, but they're dressed up like real fancy because it's a fancy nightclub. It's not like a seedy nightclub. It's like this fancy. You got to dress up real nice. You got to be on the list to get in. And for whatever reason, this scene opens up and they're performing, and it's just this dude who owns it, the antagonist. And he, Cottonmouth?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has another name.
He does too, but that's the one that he doesn't want to be called by.
Right.
So, of course, that's the one I remember. They call him that a million
right,
times.
exactly.
So it's just him watching them. It's probably like what I took from it was like a dress rehearsal or whatever before the club's open. No one's in there. And it's a montage of all these other things going on. I can't remember if it's with Luke Cage or if it's with his crew, because there's a couple montages that I've seen recently in the show. But that's how it opens. It just starts with this like banger of a beat, and then it plays the entire length of the song. It's probably 3 to 4 minutes, and that's the background. So you're going back and forth between shots of like this really awesome club that he runs as the story's progressing, and they use music as a backdrop to so much of the show. And it's just, I love it. I love the aesthetic of the club and the way that you hear like a different genre every time. Like it's a little bit different what's going on in the club.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. It was really
It's
cool.
a cool feel because like even if you don't like the song, for that episode or the music in that episode, the next one, like you said, just has such a different feel to it. So it's neat because there were some that I was like, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, I'm like jamming out to it, So I'm excited to see what other songs are like in each episode. So
yeah, this one, it seems to be more and more prominent, like the more they do it. This particular time where it opens the episode and it, like I said, it's like a full length of a song. It's not like a quick clip. It was just so good. So I was just going to look up, I'm the worst. I don't know. Do you know the actor's name who plays Luke Cage?
Dude.
Like I have a pretty strong feeling that that's not his name.
No, I've determined in my life I don't take the time to remember names.
Mike Coulter.
There we go.
He's awesome.
He is awesome.
I have never seen him in anything else.
I believe he was in
I
a
lied.
Halo show.
I've seen him in $1 Million Baby. He was also in Salt, Zero Dark 30, Men in Black 3.
Did the Halo thing show up? That must be a different guy then.
Let's see. The Following, The Good Wife, Jessica Jones.
No, it was after Jessica Jones.
Halo Nightfall.
Nightfall. Okay, there we go.
He was in that.
So was it before or Jessica Jones?
That was... Yes, it was.
Okay.
Actually, 2014.
Oh, wow. I thought it was
Jessica
after.
Jones was 2015.
That's funny, though. That was 2 years ago.
Weird, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean...
Kind of.
Yeah. Obviously, I loved him in Jessica Jones. I thought he was great in that. And because of that, I was so excited about his lead role in this. Him getting his own series and stuff. I don't know. I really, really like him. I love his attitude and the way he carries the character and stuff like that. It's been really awesome to watch. Like I said, about 5 episodes in, and we're starting to see him, there's kind of this classic reluctance to become any kind of hero. He wants to just kind of stay quiet.
Which could sometimes, I think, in the show be annoying to watch because you really want to see him just go all out,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's a little frustrating, but as the show goes on, he kind of, as you see already, he's slowly going towards being a hero,
it progresses quickly enough because, and it's one of those things where we've seen so many origin stories and so many stories about people with abilities that it becomes commonplace that a lot of them are just like, it starts off this way where they're like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in the spotlight, all this stuff. So at first you're kind of like, well, I kind of know this aspect of it, but it's good. It's still good. And I'm definitely really enjoying it. There's a lot of cool cinematography, a lot of cool moments that are, there's one particular moment with Cottonmouth where he has framed painting of Biggie Smalls, and he has the crown on in the painting.
Yeah.
And as Cottonmouth is speaking, he walks towards the camera, and the crown ends up right on his head.
Yeah, I noticed that shot.
And it's just this very intentional, really cool. It goes with what he's speaking in that moment and everything. It just makes a strong statement. So it's really cool. So. I guess that's pretty much it. I need to just finish it.
Yeah, I need to soon as well.
Did you have any particular thoughts about the fight choreography and the action?
I think it's very okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nearly as good as Daredevil.
Right, I agree.
And Jessica Jones, her style was very, I don't know, hers is very similar to Luke Cage, because they're both just big, strong people. She's not big and strong, but that's how they fight, just kind of one punch and then the person goes flying.
Right.
So, I didn't think it was anything super impressive yet, anyways.
Right, I agree. There was one scene I actually wanted to watch over because I was watching it, and it's kind of a scene you're waiting for. You're waiting for him to just unleash because you know that he is who he is. He's as strong as he is. And when he finally does, I just remember I was watching it, and I was kind of like, huh.
Is that the one with the money? Where he gets the money.
Where he gets the money.
I was going to say more to it, but
so he goes into a particular building, and it's like an onslaught of guys.
Is that the one that you see an episode before?
The couch.
Okay,
you see the couch fly out the window?
Yep.
Yeah, they foreshadow it.
Yeah, they build that up because it seems like it's going to be
exactly right.
Crazy.
And then you watch it, and it's cool, but I just don't know that the choreography is as good as I want it to be because it's not like a Daredevil where it's going to be all this, there aren't going to be I don't picture a lot of acrobatics or even a particularly skilled fight. Just he's a brawler. He's a big dude. He's impenetrable, and you just want to see that. But the stuff that happens with him, like throwing guys and stuff like that, it just for some reason doesn't hit as hard. No pun intended.
It for some reason didn't feel very imaginative. Yeah, like I want him to use the environment more, like smash guys through walls and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Like,
there's not as much of that.
yeah, but it's a lot, like you said, a lot of him just picking up and throwing guys.
And some of it even looked a little like premature. Like it looked like a guy would maybe start like falling backwards before he even gets a tight grip on him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of felt like I was judging it pretty hard, but I kind of wanted to go back and watch that fight.
Yeah.
Because it's really one of the first big ones. You see him unleash a couple times in the first few episodes, and it's like a quick, like, this is what you're going to get more of in the future. So I definitely want to keep watching for more of the fight scenes and whatnot.
I agree. I'm going to finish it at some point. I hope.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it when we finish it.
We'll have to. Yeah. Yeah.
I have nothing in TV.
Really?
Yeah.
I got some stuff I'm going to save for next week. So what do you got next? Movies? Okay.
Ooh, let's go to the movies.
All right, movies. What do you got?
Yes. So yesterday I watched 4 movies.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about 2.
Yeah.
The other 2 I watched, I'm just going to say them because they were both interesting. An American Werewolf in London. Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yep, came out 1981.
Yeah.
Probably the best werewolf transformation scene I've ever seen.
Really?
I think so. It was very like gruesome, like because a lot of the points he's like stretching big time his fingers.
Sure.
And it just you'll have to see it, but it's very cool.
Better than Underworld.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Because I've always loved the Underworld ones.
Yeah, it's cool, but I don't know. It's just I think for the time it's very impressive.
Yeah.
So overall, that was a good movie. And the other one I saw was Primal Fear.
With Ed Norton?
Yes.
Dude. That there is a movie. Did you know anything about anything?
No.
Okay.
Mom has been like telling me for months to watch it, so I just popped it on, and like I didn't know
anything.
Yeah.
This is one you got to be real careful with.
I'm not gonna say it, but they do a really good job convincing you of what you should think.
There's really not much you can say.
But just see it, you know.
It's very good.
It's very good.
It is one of those movies where, like, you think you understand. I would say it like this. I don't know if your experience was the same, but I was already engaged in the movie. Like, oh, man, what's going to happen? Like, I'm into the story. And then they throw something else in that you're like, wait, what?
Right, because initially you think it's going to go one way because you're like, oh, it could totally be this guy or, like, something else. And then they start throwing more curveballs at you, and you're like, wait a minute.
Which that to me, it's such a feat to accomplish, telling a story, and you're already in it, and then there's more, like there's something else to make you even more engaged.
Right, because it could just be a generic, you know, where
it could have just kept going where it was, concluded at some point, and I would have been like, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
that was engaging.
But then they like just did the multi-layers where it kept going all over the place.
Crazy. So good. Richard Gere.
Yes.
Right? Edward Norton. Essentially.
That was his first movie role, Edward Norton.
That was his first role?
Yeah.
Dude, killed it.
Yeah. First, at least, major motion picture.
Major role. Yeah, it's essentially, it's a, what would you call it? Like a court drama?
Yeah, for sure.
You're mostly in the court the whole time.
Yeah. Probably a little more than half the movies in the court.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I will never forget watching that movie.
That was serious.
Nice. So, okay, good so far. What else did you watch?
So the other 2 that I'm actually going to talk about, I'll start with one that I know you've seen, The Nice Guys.
Yes. Oh, it's on my list. You watched it.
It was really, really good.
So good. All right, let me pull up my notes. Yep. I didn't think I was going to bring this up, but since you saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, going into it, before I heard a lot about it, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is gonna go under the radar," you know, it's a comedy nobody's gonna see, but it was a really good movie, and I was like, maybe,
yeah, right.
But you saw it, you said it was good, so I was like, I'll bite the bullet and do it. I was taken for a nice ride,
dude. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so because you've got it fresh in your brain, and I have notes that are literally months old. I'll spit out a couple notes, and you react to them.
Yes.
One.
Ooh. Oh wait. Sorry. That was really...
Oh my. Okay. So one, I thought the film was insanely diverse.
Yes.
Genre-wise
Yes.
and tone-wise.
Because it initially, or I think it did a very good job feeling noir. Like it did.
Yes.
Did an awesome, but it's also hilarious.
Right.
The comedy aspect, like surprising for a
So funny.
for a detective film, you know,
Right.
for like a mystery. So there's the mystery, there's the comedy,
Action.
sexy time a lot.
Is there sexy time a lot?
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of shirtless people, let's say. Because the whole
I guess I remember.
theme of the movie is
There's the okay.
but
Yeah. I feel stupid for
so
not knowing what
it
you're
does
talking
hit like every pretty much every genre.
So the three things that I had,
Mm-hmm.
it was a great action movie.
Yes,
It was a really good comedy, and it somehow had a lot of heart, like an insane, like a surprising amount of like you think comedy and action. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a heartfelt moment here or there,
but this one
you know,
these two guys really got together very well, you know.
right? It's the guys and everything with Ryan Gosling, his character's daughter. The way that they I don't know, there was just something so heartfelt about their relationship.
Yep.
And there was one moment in particular.
What do you
Actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm revisiting my notes, and actually, we'll have to talk about this after. There was one hang up I had with the movie, but it pulled off all of those things, and it wasn't awkward.
Right.
It wasn't like it was trying to find its tone. It was like it knew exactly what it wanted to be and when it wanted to be that.
And I think a main reason for that is the characters, because you had Russell Crowe, who was the brute, kind of a all right pass. He's the good detective basically. And then you have Ryan Gosling, who's the goofy mess up, but he's also wicked intelligent.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But those characters they're so diverse, and the ability of them working together and doing their own thing, it was just so good.
Did this shed any light for you on Iron Man 3?
No.
Because Shane Black did Iron Man 3.
Oh.
So watching The Nice Guys, I was kind of like, oh, I kind of get this now. Because for the record, anyone who has not heard past episodes, Iron Man 3 is the weirdest movie in the world to me. I can't really get behind it.
No, I agree. It's weird because
it's just never landed for me.
Yeah.
It feels weird as an Iron Man movie. And watching this, I was like, if you think to Iron Man 3 and just the way some of the characters play out, I mean, think about the Mandarin. We won't say more than that. But think about the Mandarin after having seen The Nice Guys. And the weird darkness and comedy that was all mixed into that one character.
Yeah, but it didn't land well.
I agree, but I'm saying we watched a Shane Black movie in the context of the MCU. Now having seen what he does with one of his, like an original story, I guess, I just felt like, I'm not saying it makes Iron Man 3 better. I'm saying I get why it is what it is now.
Do you think maybe that's because of the rating? It restricted him from doing... Because another movie he did, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I never saw it.
That's a good one too, and that feels very much more like The Nice Guys than obviously Iron Man 3.
Okay, let me put it this way: can you picture the story arc of the Mandarin being in The Nice Guys? Because I can picture that character in The Nice Guys.
Okay, because he's very menacing, and then when they show up, he's gonna be just like a goofball.
Yeah, because The Nice Guys had this somehow pulled off. It's almost like Coen Brothers esque, where it's you've seen The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
So
I didn't really like that very much.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to talk Coen Brothers at some point because I'm not super educated.
Have you seen Fargo?
I have not.
Okay.
You like that one?
Yes, that's because that has that weird feeling where it's it's a very serious, dark movie, but it's funny.
That's what they do.
It's comedic throughout the thing, and you're like, this is so weird, but it's good. It's entertaining the whole time. So.
Interesting. So I look at someone like the Mandarin, which is not what a lot of people did not want to see that, in Iron Man 3. Again, I'm trying to not, for anyone who hasn't
Is it
seen
bad to spoil Iron Man 3 at this point? How many years has it
I
been?
don't know. I just try not to do it
I
in
get it,
general
just
because
for
we're not
anything.
even really talking about that
Right.
movie. But
So it's a curveball. Be
But-
like, and Game of Thrones.
yeah, I know. And then when this person dies in
Yep.
The Walking Dead,
Uh-huh.
which I'm not caught up on at all.
Me neither.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
But I mean, I guess that's an aside. I was just thinking about Iron Man 3. The Nice Guys is amazing. And so let me bring up this one thing because it's fresh in your brain that never was really resolved for me. There's a moment where Russell Crowe's character, he has, if I remember correctly, he's out by the pool and he's like going to sleep or something. It's after like a long
Is
day.
this him telling the story of the diner?
He's telling the story, right? And he says a quote like, "For a moment, I was useful," and that felt like a really big deal, and it never pays off anywhere.
Well, I mean, it kind of does because you get to. It sheds the light on like how he feels right now.
Right, but it never comes up again.
I guess not.
Like it didn't come up before that, really. But that moment, to paint a little bit of a picture, if you haven't seen the movie, there's this character and he's what is his actual occupation? Is he a detective?
Yeah, he's a PI basically.
But he's like a rough and tough guy.
yeah,
He'll
he's more like a hitman. Like he goes and
Right.
like he finds the people and then beats the crap out of them.
Right.
And says, "Stay away from
he
this."
gets
like,
his answers basically. Yeah.
He was like a Deadpool.
Exactly.
Like-
yeah. He's like a mercenary
Yeah.
kind of guy. But he doesn't always kill people, right?
No, he
Not always.
I think he had like kind of an aversion, but he did not mind doing it.
right,
Like,
right.
Like he didn't want to do it. but
Yeah.
He,
Right. So that's this character, and there's a moment where you get this window into him as like this person who wants to be useful and be helpful. And in the context of what you're seeing in the movie between him, Ryan Gosling's character, and the daughter, it kind of opens up this new world of like, I guess like I don't want to say emotion. That sounds lame, but this new aspect of him as a person, and it seems to really reflect, it seems to be a really important thing in regard to the story that they're telling,
Yes.
and all the things they're going through together. So when they said that, I was like, oh, okay, that's like. I like that. I want to see where that goes in the story.
but I mean, where else could it go at that point?
I don't know. Like, I guess maybe it's my fault for wanting something goofy at the end where he's like, I was useful again or something like
Right,
that.
because he like not like
Wow.
I could just edit that out.
We'll beep it out. You know what? He basically like, beep, 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 basically.
Yep.
And that, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that goes on at the end. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just something that felt a little unresolved to me.
That I agree. I'm iffy about
Sure.
that, but I was upset at the end because there was something that he doesn't do the whole movie and then does it at the end. You know what I'm talking about? He it's not a spoiler or anything, but he doesn't drink the whole movie, and then at the end he does. And I felt like that was kind of weird.
Why?
Because it almost feels like it's not a good ending.
Does he have like an aversion to drinking? I don't remember that.
I think he just never did it because he wanted to be like fully coherent if anything bad went. But, that's kind of, it's not his character because Ryan Gosling throughout the whole movie is the drinker.
He
gets
yeah.
drunk all the time. But then if they make a sequel, I don't want him to be drunk all the time
Interesting.
because then it's a step away from his character.
Huh. I didn't catch that at all. I wonder if maybe it was supposed to signify him like loosening up a little bit or like.
I hope so. It was like more in a funny sense and not like.
Not like a look he's losing
because,
it.
Obviously how the ending went. I can't like.
Yeah,
it's
I
so
know.
hard not to spoil in this specific situation, but.
Well, before we back ourselves into a corner,
Yeah.
I'll just say the movie was awesome.
Yes,
and
it's very good.
you ever see a movie and you're just like, that was a good use of film.
Yep.
That was a good use of the format and the.
Never lost interest the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it just from the beginning, I was like, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yep.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you watched that.
Yeah.
Wait, you have another movie
One
still?
more.
Dude, this is quite the list.
I know. Well, because I've been like, I go on these gaming binges where I
Right.
just play games for like weeks, and because of my schedule at work, I get 2 days off. So I can either spend those days playing games or watching movies. I
Right.
can't do both. It's just, to me, it's weird.
Yeah.
I just have this weird thing where I'm like, I can do this or this. So,
Yeah.
so right now I'm on one of those. So the last movie I saw, Shin Godzilla, the Japanese Godzilla movie.
Okay, this one came out last year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the theaters and it's out now. You can just find it.
And
Pretty good.
yeah,
I would say it probably, at least for me, is better than the American one.
really,
Because
you see Godzilla.
you do see Godzilla. Well, the cool thing about this is it's very different from the American
Sure.
Godzilla. Mostly because the movie immediately starts off with Godzilla.
Really?
Like it is. You see one shot of a boat, and then like the boat explodes, and it's freaking Godzilla. And you're like, yeah.
Here we go.
But for a long time, I'm gonna go a little spoilery, not too bad,
That's
but
fine.
for a long time at the beginning of the movie, you don't know it's Godzilla because of the approach they're taking on it. You just don't know. You don't know it's him.
Like it could be another monster.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he looks like, what's that dinosaur that has the spikes on his back? It's on all fours. It's got a long tail.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. That's
Really?
what he looks like.
So
Yeah.
is he on all fours?
Yeah. He comes out of the ocean like crawling on all fours, and you're like, holy crap, because it looks horrifying. It's got these like gills that is spewing out blood as he's running through the city. It's pretty intense.
How are the graphics and stuff? Like,
Sometimes really awesome, sometimes not so great.
is it CGI or?
Yes, for the most part, but they did do a mixture of CGI and like suit.
Practical.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
like a suit,
practical.
okay.
Because the director wanted it to feel more like the older movies.
Okay.
But obviously to get the scale right, they did CGI.
That is really cool. Actually.
definitely the coolest looking Godzilla I've seen.
Really.
Really scary. Like the visionaries behind it did a very good job. So
Oh, I'm so intrigued by
I
that.
know I want to talk about it a lot, but I don't want to like spoil
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much for it. Just destroyed the mic, but basically he starts out like that, and then throughout the movie becomes more Godzilla like for reasons.
Is it long?
It's an hour and 50 minutes.
Okay.
And that may be one of the only drawbacks because the movie is a lot more like earlier Godzilla movies where there
Okay.
weren't other monsters. Godzilla was the monster.
Okay.
So this is the people versus Godzilla as opposed to Godzilla versus monsters
Right.
with the people helping Godzilla.
Right.
So the threat in this movie is Godzilla,
Okay.
which is cool. It's,
Yeah.
I like the style, and it's very interesting because it's very dialogue heavy, which is fine. But it's funny that the big complaint was in the American version was they spent so much time on the humans.
Right.
But I feel like this Japanese version that everyone likes a lot more, that just got great reviews and stuff, is I feel like more dialogue heavy than the American.
Really?
I think so, because it's really a lot of the shots are just like the humans trying to find ways to like slow down Godzilla or stop him or do whatever they have to do to save the city.
Yeah. I mean, one thing is, wasn't our Godzilla like 2.5 hours long?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so long.
So you're looking at like an extra 40 minutes
That's-
of just story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just story, but I mean, just human interaction
Right.
stuff. And there's some good stuff.
Yes.
But I mean, they intentionally dragged out, like, when are you going to finally see Godzilla?
Yeah, that's the big issue, because this movie, you probably see Godzilla about 50% of the movie. Like
Yeah.
you see him for a very good chunk of time. But, obviously the big difference is in the American version, he fights like another
Right,
creature. So
right.
it's a really, really awesome battle. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
the payoff's insane.
It's great. Whereas opposed to the Japanese one, it's still really cool how it ends and everything, but there unfortunately isn't a big battle.
Right, right.
So it's, kind of give and take. They
Sure.
both have their perks and their
I like
flaws.
that. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I-
like that that's the case.
I'm glad they're not similar movies.
Mhm.
But certainly the best Godzilla I've seen so far.
I-
Horrifying, like
that
I said.
sounds so cool.
And oh my God, his breath in this movie. Oh my God. You thought it was good in the American version?
Yeah.
Blows it away.
Really?
Blows it away.
Why? Just the effects or what it does?
The effects,
or-
but like just the raw power behind it.
Okay.
Once you see it happen, you're like,
So like the way that they show how powerful it is and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you got me sold, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to watch this movie.
It's certainly it's good. I really liked it. I think it's definitely more towards a niche crowd. Like
Sure.
I feel like if you just displayed it for the general public, a lot of people wouldn't like it because it's very dialogue heavy and not. I mean, there's a lot that happens, and like I said, I enjoyed it, but I could see where people wouldn't enjoy it.
Was there a dub or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't watch it if I couldn't understand anything they were saying.
No, but I mean subtitles.
Yeah.
You can read.
Well, that's what I did. I subtitles. There's no dub yet.
So the answer
Yeah,
is
I'm
no.
sorry. I thought my brain registered sub, and I was
But
like,
now
"Duh."
your answer makes more sense.
Yes.
So does this movie have like what's the resolution? Don't tell me the ending, but is it like, hey, there's going to be a sequel, or does it like wrap it up?
Yes, there is going to be a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
A weird one though.
Well, that's to be continued
Yes.
after I watch it, because that sounds very intriguing.
Yes, it's just weird. You're like, wait, that's the end, but because the shot they do at the end, it's just weird. But I do want to say that I'm excited because the directors of this movie were the creators of Neon Genesis Evangelion. So
that's right.
So-
Everyone was telling me that.
yes, and I think I had to look it up, but I know they had their hands like all over it. You know, like they helped with writing, and I was looking for my phone, but it's not my phone; it's a battery. Yeah. So I know they had their hands all over it. So
Yeah.
if it's even a fraction of what Neon Genesis was like, I think they're building up something that could be very interesting.
That's awesome.
But
It's amazing, dude. I love that we have, like, I know we talked about it before, but like 2 Godzilla franchises that don't suck going on at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not franchises. That's not the right word.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Well, I mean,
2 Godzilla.
what else would you say?
I don't know. Sorry I brought it up. I don't think I had the Nice Guys, and we talked about the Nice Guys. So, you got anything else in movies, or?
One last thing.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the new Resident Evil movie?
In a weird way.
I think so too. I realize I've seen every one of those in the theaters since it first came out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because it always comes out in January, which is my birthday.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Except I don't know, the first 3 I believe I just saw like just when they came out. I don't remember, but since then
Everyone that's come out since you.
It's just always been near my birthday, so I'm like,
That's so funny.
let's do it. So
Yeah, I have I think we talked about this before. I have this.
Are you dying?
Almost threw up.
I have this.
Not really.
That's how much you love it.
Yeah, no, I have this weird thing where I really I think part of it's nostalgia, but like Resident Evil, Underworld, those like dark early 2000s, potentially not great action movies.
Mm-hmm.
Although I stand by Underworld. I really like Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld, which is funny because there's a new one coming out.
I
this
know,
month too,
and I'm
so it's
excited
like-
to see it.
Yeah.
The last one was the weakest, but
Mhm.
it presented some story elements that I was interested in.
Yeah,
So I'm excited about that.
I know, and it's weird, but I think it's a lot of people are like this, where they still enjoy seeing the movies, even if they do suck. Like at this point, we're like, we've been here for so long.
Yeah, it's like,
let's
oh,
watch
might as
it.
well.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
and I mean, there's always the potential for them to be good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the last one. Maybe it'll
know.
just be ridiculous.
I hope so. I mean, the one before it was ridiculous.
I don't know if I saw that one. Is
That
that
one?
Afterlife?
The one with like all the clones and stuff.
Oh, I saw the one before that ends with all showing you the clones.
I think that was the 4th one. This is the 7th one.
I don't know.
Because the one with the clones, maybe the clone's the 3rd one. Because then they like,
After Nemesis?
yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
I know, it gets so confusing. Yeah. Yeah, because the 4th movie starts with her like, I think there's a bunch of clones, or she's killing clones, or doing something with the clones.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
And then one of the movies ends with them on a boat. And then the next movie starts off with them on the boat.
The last one I saw was her in a city with like a ragtag group of people fighting off zombies. It felt like a zombie movie,
Mm-hmm.
which most of them don't.
Yes. The 3rd one is certainly the weirdest.
Is that the one where they're in like the desert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they go from city and like Umbrella to like the end of the world apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then the fourth movie, they're like back in.
Is that the
cities
one where
and
they're in the
stuff.
city?
Well, I mean, they're in the city a lot.
But this is like tops of buildings, everything's blowing up. There's a weird, like,
That's either the
ridiculous
fourth or fifth one.
helicopter scene.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Is
just
this the seventh one?
sounds like I'm just talking about a Die Hard movie.
Maybe we're on the sixth one. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
It's such a
I really
difficult
don't know.
series. I need to rewatch 2 on, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 on.
2 has Mike Epps in it, and he's really funny.
Is he the guy in the wheelchair?
No, he's the guy in the cab. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or does he drive a cab, or is he just?
I know who you're talking about, though. Like, he's the driver.
He's like the comic relief.
Yeah, yeah.
And which just added to the strangeness of the Resident Evil movies. Like, why would you need comic relief? It's weird, man.
Yeah.
I hope Resident Evil gets a reboot one day,
I do, too.
and they do it.
Would you want it like the game?
Yeah, I'd
The
want
game
it.
itself is almost a B movie.
I know, but I want an A-list movie that's like if they have done with. This is where we always end up. But if they have done with Marvel what they have done with Marvel, then they should be able to do that with Resident Evil.
Yeah. I mean, I think the first one was great. It had really good potential.
It did. I think it showed potential for sure.
And even the second one was good because it ramped up everything the first one had. Like this one became more action packed and more, which is fine, I think, for Resident Evil. Like
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
fine.
have to be a horror movie. It could be an action movie.
I agree.
But then it just kind of lost its way after the third.
It just got so wacky.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It just got weird. But we'll see. This reminds me that I haven't seen Assassin's Creed yet, and I want to see if that changes the trajectory of video game movies.
No,
How?
it's not.
Is it a curse?
I think it is. I think because it's.
Did you see it?
No. But
Reviews aren't looking good.
reviews are awful. There's
Awful?
Yeah, there is one review that gave it a good review because nobody else would give it a good review. They were like, we want this to succeed so other video game movies could be made, so we're giving it a good review. And that's it.
That sounds like the worst review.
I know, and it sucks because it's
It showed so much promise.
and it did. It's less than mediocre. I think it has like a I don't remember.
It's got Fassbender.
I know. And it has the potential. It's got Fassbender, just like
It's
you
got
said.
Fassbender.
Yeah. But
How can it be that bad?
all I've heard is bad things, and they said this is just another one you can throw off.
I don't understand,
boat.
man. I don't understand how it's all there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is there.
I think it's hard for them to translate the video game to a movie. I
Maybe.
think there's so much material that can be covered in 15 hours that can't be dropped down.
You gotta
to
just focus on
2.
just focus on one aspect.
Because they do, I think they want to appeal both to the people who don't play the games and the people that do. And because they try to do that, neither of them land. It seems ridiculous to the gamers because they're like, this isn't like the game. Or when they try to make it like the game, it's goofy.
Right.
And then when the people are watching it, they're like, I just don't get it. Like,
Yeah, right.
like-
what is this?
So, and I think they just
Man.
have a really hard time doing it. But it seemed like it was going to launch games like movie games, you know?
Yeah, man.
Or
Everything
game
I saw
movies.
about it. Yeah, right.
Whatever that is.
Wow. I'm bummed out now. I'm telling you, you got to take a small aspect. I'll always use Street Fighter as an example. Mortal Kombat did it the best, I think, in the
I think so,
90s.
too.
Where, like, if you're going to do
We're
a
talking
Street
about
Fighter.
Armageddon, right? Or Apocalypse. What's the...
What? Shut up.
I was trying to make a joke, but I can't
Yeah,
remember
but
that
we've
movie
both
name.
blacked it out, so we don't remember what it's called.
I know, it's so
Annihilation.
bad.
Ugh.
It should have been Armageddon.
Wait, a moment of silence.
Wah, wah.
So, like, if you're gonna do a Street Fighter movie, because Chun-Li was an abomination.
I
Did
never
you
saw
see it?
No. Because of
It's
how
abysmal.
bad. Yeah, how bad.
Like, literally,
Worse than Mortal Kombat? Same level?
Annihilation.
Yeah.
Oof, I've never thought about that.
I'll need to see it because
It is atrocious. It's an absolute it's so bad. Everything about it sucks. And like anything they try to do that's video game-esque, like a nod to the game, is like it's like a spit in the face of anyone who it's just so poorly done. Robin Shou, who plays Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat, is actually in
That's from the Sneeze Gallery.
Well, that made the reel. That's amazing.
That's funny.
I couldn't hope for anything better. I'm not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna keep going.
Nothing happened.
Just gonna let that
We
be
just
there.
decided to laugh.
God bless you.
Yes, bless you. What was that noise? A book or a fart?
Oh, it's great. Robin Shou is actually in Legend of Chun-Li.
Chew or chew?
Shou.
Okay.
Shou.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive.
Okay. I thought you said chew earlier, so.
I don't know. No, Rachel said Shoe.
Oh, okay.
Da 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 da. Please freeze frame that when you do the podcast. And then have it go like this. Anyways, sorry, audio listeners.
Not.
You've made me say audio listeners.
What else can we say?
Just listeners. You
No.
don't need to say audio. It's implied.
No, we had to separate it.
Oh my gosh.
We put
it's
the knife
worst.
in the middle.
So Robin Shou was in a movie for Street Fighter.
I swear you just said chew.
I didn't. And
Shou.
Mortal Kombat.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that kind of amazing?
So wait, the guy who played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
is in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Who does he play?
I think it's Gen.
Okay.
He's like the
Is he that old?
he looks pretty old in it. I
Mm-hmm.
think they dye his hair and stuff, but he looks older.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it just cool? Like
Yeah.
those are the two biggest franchises, like
Guy
fighting
likes
game
video games.
franchises. But the thing that sucks is Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah.
That
That's
is the
the
thing
whole
that
movie.
sucks. Dude, it's atrocious. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, I think.
That's
It's
serious.
it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen Dragon Wars.
I still haven't seen that one.
Yeah, have fun.
No, I'm good.
I don't know how that movie. I saw that movie in a theater.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
It was half a joke, but I had no idea how much of a joke until I saw it.
You didn't
It's
know
so
how much money you
freaking bad.
wasted.
My point here is,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do a good Street Fighter movie. Just keep it simple. Take Ryu
Mm-hmm.
or any of the characters that people recognize. It doesn't matter which one.
I want to be a Blanca movie.
That would be sick. They all have their own backstory already.
do.
And then all you need to do is get them to the point where they're in a tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and then just have really badass fights.
It's possible.
Good fight choreography.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
We're super close with the web series.
Yes.
Very
'Cause-
close. Of that
exactly.
happening.
Like the backstories are there. Blanca's would be a good one.
I don't know his backstory.
Me neither. Sounds good though.
I bet.
He's a monster. I think something happened to him where he was like a scientist.
He was a scientist. I remember
yeah.
that, but that's all I know.
And then he like transforms. I mean, that would be crazy.
Beauty and the Beast style.
Hey, speaking of beasts and monsters and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and electricity,
'Kay.
kind of. Rewatched X-Men Apocalypse recently.
Yes.
Do you remember the Nightcrawler conversation we had?
Yes.
There was this thing presented to me by a skeptical friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
who said, Nightcrawler, there was an issue with Nightcrawler because the first time you see him in X-Men Apocalypse, he's wheeled into this fighting ring. Oh, and speaking of fighting, it's supposed to be a cage match with another mutant. And my friend was like, how'd they get him to stay in that chest that they roll in? Because they roll him in, he's in like a chest and he's locked up. Couldn't he just bamf out of it? It actually has, I don't know what the word is, like electric fencing around it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, because it's said in the movie that interferes with
Right,
his
right.
bamfing. So they actually did do that in the movie.
Well, I would hope they thought of it.
Right, but when I was talking with this skeptical friend, he was like, how come he couldn't just bamf out of there? And I was like,
So it was electrified?
yeah, you see
Okay.
it go like, shh, shh.
Okay.
And so I just felt good that
Right.
they actually did do that.
Right.
Because I hate when I find flaws like that. And I'm like, if my friend could watch that and notice, how did your entire crew,
How
like,
did everybody who's seen this movie?
how many names are in those credits at
Yep.
the end? Not one person was like, ah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. Anyways, that's that.
No, I'm glad we resolved that.
I'm pissed about Assassin's Creed, man.
Yeah. Well, we
It's
still
got
got
Fassbender.
We still got to see it.
Speaking of Fassbender,
Uh-huh.
X-Men. Speaking
Yeah.
of X-Men,
Dude,
Fassbender.
It is just
It's
Connection
all
City.
Connection City.
Yeah.
Keeping it pretty.
Yep.
Dark and gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Please have pity.
I'm going to games now.
All right, let's go.
Video games.
It's funny. We just had a conversation about video game movies. Should that have been in video games?
Speaking of video game movies,
You just
video games.
Video games. So I'm so bad. 2 games are coming out this month that I like.
Is that the end of the sentence that
Yeah.
you like?
That I like.
2 games are coming out this month that I like.
Yes. These 2 games are like my really big games of the year.
Okay. It just started,
I
dude.
know. That's what I'm saying. Like last year, I waited for at the end of the year Final Fantasy, Last Guardian, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And those are all good, by the way.
Yeah.
Once I finish Last Guardian, I'll talk about it. But
we're gonna hit that for sure.
I'm not gonna hit it. Anyway, so this month has Resident Evil 7 come out, which I cannot wait. I have a bet with one of my friends, Wesker. My favorite character in all the Resident Evil games. I just love him so much. So, spoiler for Resident Evil 5, he dies.
Oh.
That we think. My theory is that he's not dead and that he's going to come back in a blaze of glory. So I have a bet with my friend that he will eat his pinky toe if Wesker's in this game.
He took that bet?
He did. I don't think he's going to do it, whether or not Wesker's in it, but I was like, dude, just eat your pinky toe. I don't know how it came up, honestly, but
honestly, that just sounds like something you would say.
Yeah,
so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's not anything different.
But I mean, there's a good chance they're gonna.
But this game's so drastically different.
It is right, but it makes you think they're gonna tie it in somehow.
Yeah, I think we are gonna get. I honestly think it's gonna be like a prequel before everything.
Interesting.
Even before Resident Evil 0.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they can go any farther back.
I know. You just go back to Jill as like a teenager.
Yeah.
Just telling you like family background at this point.
It could be actually. There's a family in the whole game centered around the family. So
that's really funny to think of, like just going way back,
like,
and you end up getting like a period piece about immigration, and like it's like, what does this have to do?
This has nothing to do with Resident Evil.
No zombies.
Then at the end, you just see like Wesker's glasses on some guy. And it's like, there's the connection.
There it is.
Those glasses are in Resident Evil 1, and that's how it connects.
That's not Wesker or his family.
No, nothing. Those glasses just happen to be delivered. Wesker buys it on eBay before he goes on his mission.
That's how one of the games ends, with him on eBay, and he clicks, and then the credits start rolling.
And at the end, he's like, yes.
Yes. Wesker.
Oh, Chris. So
anyways.
Yes, I am very, very excited for this game.
As you should be.
The direction they're taking, it's coming out real soon. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And the other game, Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
2.8?
I know. Their names are ridiculous.
They're getting crazy.
Yeah, well, because there's 1.5, 2.5, and now 2.8. Three's got to be next.
Just give it a 3. I bet they're going to skip 3 and go to like 3.2.
I know. It's going to be like, now we'll get the definitive edition.
You're probably going to have to download like a cell phone game to get 3.
There is a cell phone game.
Of course there is.
They literally have made a game for every system.
What's 2.8?
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 has the 3DS game.
Yeah.
Cutscenes from a mobile game.
Okay.
And a brand new prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh.
So it's called like 0.2. Like the game's like Kingdom Hearts 0.2.
So they are working up to 3.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm so excited about that because that is the like newest Kingdom Hearts game basically.
Sure.
So it'll be a prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3. You'll see it, 60 frames, 1080, PlayStation 4. Like it's gonna be incredible.
It's awesome.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
And that's it. Once Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, that is the moment I'm finished.
I'll never see you again.
Yeah, that's I've been waiting. This year is the 15th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts.
Wow.
Yeah, since the first game. So
that's crazy.
We've been waiting 10 years for Kingdom Hearts 3.
And they've just been giving you decimal points for years.
Those games are still good. There was Birth by Sleep,
but they're
PSP.
not 3.
Yeah, they're not 3.
Right, there's PSP 1.
Yeah, which that's the next one I'm going to work on. I've actually never played that one.
Okay.
Because I never had a PSP.
Yeah.
So they have that. And then in March, they're re-releasing Kingdom Hearts, all the Kingdom Hearts game on PS4 on one disc. So I'm super excited for that.
All of them?
Well, except for 2.8. So it's 1.5, 2.5. So Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop No, not Dream Drop. There's so many games. Let's just say they're re-releasing all of them. So on one system, you can finally play all the Kingdom Hearts.
So let's say I've never played any of them.
Get a PS4, get the game. $60 for all the Kingdom Hearts.
And a PS4.
And a PS4.
$60 flat.
That you don't think about the PS4
Oh,
just for the game. Which I actually they released them on PS3, so I'm playing through those right now just to finish them off for the new game coming out. But then I'm gonna get them again in March.
Yeah.
And replay them all again. Which I'm in this loop of
So you're pretty into it.
I'm very into it.
That's pretty sweet.
But I just want to share my excitement.
I am excited with you.
What games? Are there any games you're looking forward to this year?
You know, I'm pretty excited about Resident Evil, although I probably won't get to play it when it comes out.
I'll let you look at my case.
Yeah, that's nice of you. But I just I always have a pile of games that I'm catching up on, so I don't even really think too much about what's coming out.
Right.
Which I should.
But it's a good way to play because then you get the games really cheap.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I'm still playing Evil Within. I didn't get very far, and then I started playing Mortal Kombat because someone got it for me for Christmas, and I played through that campaign. I freaking love that game, dude.
Yeah.
I really do. I played 3 ranked matches online and won 3 in a row.
That's just impossible.
Haven't played since because I don't want to tarnish my record.
That's the best way to do it.
There's one dude on there. It was like 3,852 and 4. How pissed was he when he lost those 4 matches?
Did you get him to 5?
What crap, did I fight him? No, I think it was just showing me random stats while I was waiting.
Okay.
It wasn't a guy that I fought.
Okay, so they're saying this dude has...
Yeah, they were just showing like top rankings.
That must have been either at the very beginning or like just throughout his career.
Yeah.
But that does suck to have like those 4.
But I'm like, dude, you played almost 4,000 matches?
The most I've ever played for one game, Soul Calibur, had an achievement to play 200 ranked matches.
Okay.
And I did it. And,
Yeah. That sounds reasonable to me. If you play it enough.
But that is so many matches.
Dude, 3,800.
That is so many.
Only lost 4.
How much time is that?
Can't imagine.
But, I mean, he's got the record, so
Dude's killing it.
That's what you do.
Yep. I mean, I'm 100% victories right now.
Yeah.
So
There you
I'm
go. You're
pretty,
top of the list.
I'm tailing them.
You going to get the Nintendo Switch?
I don't know. I don't know.
You actually got to use your Wii U once.
Yeah.
That's the price.
I turned it on once.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, dude. It's weird.
It is.
I don't even know what to say about it.
Yep.
I just haven't used it.
I don't know.
Use my Xbox a lot.
Yeah, that's good. I can't say much. I haven't turned on my Wii U in like 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some great games on it too that I need to play.
Like what?
Bayonetta 2. I want to play that so badly.
What else I haven't thought about this. What else you got up there?
Oh, so many.
Really?
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Smash Bros. I could always do arcade mode a few more times. I got to get all the trophies.
Do you have other M?
Yeah, that's on the Wii, but yes, I do have that. I got that to play. Yeah, I have a lot of games. Some Zeldas I have to play.
You have Twilight Princess?
No, I don't. Yeah, I know. Anyways, I still got some stuff I need to play, but I'm slowly going through the list. I beat Ori and the Blind Forest again.
Yeah?
That's been on my list for so long, but I finally did it again. So now I'm working on Kingdom Hearts because the new
Now,
one's
was
coming
it the
out.
newer version where you can
Yes.
go back at the end?
It's beautiful that you can warp everywhere, and there's 2 new DLC areas. Or there's one, but it splits off into some new
I
ones.
love that game, dude.
It's really cool. It was fun to go through again. I was playing it on hard, though.
Oh, yeah? It's been so annoying.
It was really difficult.
Jumping over little spikies.
Yes, but because I had the ability to teleport once I got a new power, a new move, I could go and get some more health and then try the next place. So
Game's so sweet.
yeah. Anyways, that's all I got.
Real quick, who do you play as in Mortal Kombat when you play?
Generally, I like to play as Liu Kang. He's
Kang.
pretty much my number one.
Good choice.
And you,
Jason, man.
Jason, which is so strange.
It is very strange.
But no, it's cool because it makes for an interesting fight. I mean, my Liu Kang will destroy your Jason any day. Jason's just too slow for Liu Kang.
He is slow, but he's strong, man.
He is strong.
Anyways.
I
guess that's it for now.
Yeah.
Trying to get back in the swing.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Tim said it earlier, but thank you guys for hanging with us. And
It's been a roller coaster these last few months, but we're close to hopefully maybe figuring out something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I know. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know, like it's not going to happen, because that sounds negative and stupid.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
You know what?
No, what?
Else is coming out this year?
What?
Sonic Mania. Let's hear the music. I almost forgot. Like, I was real close.
I hesitated.
Real close.
I could have wrapped it up.
You could have. And you did, or you didn't.
All right. If you're a listener and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go find us. It's a different channel now, the Keep Up VE. Anything else?
No.
Guess that's it.
That's all she
Got
wrote.
nothing new to announce right now.
Nope.
Still stuff in the works.
Yep.
In
10
the
years.
works.
10 years from now.
10 years strong.
When Brett's 80 and I'm 12.
How long have we been doing this now?
Definitely. Well, we had our anniversary episode
Yeah.
last year, our year anniversary. So, we'll be at 2 years in like May, I think.
Really?
May or June. Yeah, we
Wow.
started in the summer. So
That's wacky.
yeah,
Cool.
cool.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week.
Farewell.
Don't leave. I have a rap. This is a rap about my cat who goes meow and goes mew. What kind of cat goes mew? Woohoo! Haha. My name is Tim. This is my rap. Let's go poop. Now I had to crap. Oh yeah. Look at that finger. Go in the water. Feel the water. Taste the water. See the water. Okay. I didn't even babble that much. Babble. Are you itching? Oh. Ah. Oh, now he's squishing my head. Squishing my bed. Honk honk.